Hi there, this is Jess Hubley, and today I'm going to make my mandatory reporting video. Just as a reminder, I'm doing my field placement in an agency that serves folks with mental health issues and developmental disabilities, and I'm also employed with that agency. So, I guess I've been working in the field for years and kind of knew about mandatory reporting and the requirements, but had never actually looked up the law. So that was kind of an interesting experience. And so in the law for Maine, there's a list of what professionals are required to be mandated reporters. And there were some that I wasn't aware of, and I felt like it was a really good comprehensive list of professionals that would interact with families and children. Um, and I didn't realize dentists were on the list, chiropractors, podiatrists. And so I felt like it really, I mean, you'd expect that social workers and psychiatrists and physicians would be reporters, but it was really comprehensive and I felt good about that. Um, so the laws kind of include suspicion of trauma or abuse, as well as a suspicious death of a child or an incapacitated adult. Um, the laws also include animals, and I kind of want to talk about that a little bit. Um, I did have, within the past several months at my field placement, an experience where I was really on the verge of reporting a client for animal abuse, neglect. It was kind of a gray area and I wasn't sure. And I think that that's where supervision and comes in really handy because it was a situation where like, I don't think this is really okay, but is it not okay to the extent that it should be reported? I think also something that needs to be considered is the fact that we're role models. So if I'm looking at this questionable situation, I also have to consider that if I'm choosing not to report something, I'm almost role modeling that that's okay. Um, the animals were taken away before super quickly, and it just didn't come to the point where I had to make a report. But yeah, there are all kinds of considerations there, your relationship with the client, um, just really a tricky place. Um, and I think that, I think I'd rather be cautious and report if I have a question rather than let something go that is that questionable. So I think that that's what would have happened. Um, I haven't come to a place ever where I've felt like I've needed to report um, abuse of a child. I have been in an agency where we reported a staff um, for abusing an incapacitated adult. And agencies have policies as well that follow laws, and often agencies will be even stricter than laws. And our agency requires, the law says immediately, our agency requires within 24 hours a written report to a verbal report immediately, and then a written report to your supervisor. And the supervisors are the ones who will contact the authorities. um, like in a residential setting, or if I'm out in the field and say a client, I'm suspecting there's a situation around child abuse, I would inform my supervisor immediately and then make that report to Child Protective Services or Adult Protective Services. So really important topic, and I'm glad we're discussing it. Hopefully, everyone is having a good week.